There's something in the air tonight. Well, it sounds like you're out of your bad mood, Gaston.
Yes, damn it. I woke up this morning. Good mood. Nothing I could do about it. Oh, damn my liver. Oh, what's the next slur?
I don't know. My guess would be Tara Boom Dure.
Great song. I wonder who wrote it.
Two guys from Bombay, Tara and Boom Dure. Already? We haven't even had a drink yet.
One day you'll understand.
I'll be sitting there. I'm here to meet a woman.
Shut your face, you little bitch.
Hey, you don't even know him.
I have a feeling.
But still, you can't insult someone out of the blue.
But I'm French.
Do you have absinthe?
Yeah, one absent. No.
I'm supposed to meet her at 6 o'clock at the Bar Rouge.
This isn't the Bar Rouge. This is the Lapin Agile.
No difference.
No difference.
You see, I'm a theorist, and the way I look at it, there's just as much chance of her wandering in here accidentally as there is of her wandering into the Bar Rouge on purpose. So it is of no importance where I wait for her. It's not important where I tell her I will be, and least of all, it's not important what time I am to meet her.
Unless
what?
Unless you really want to meet her.
I don't follow.
If you really want to meet her, then you go at the Bar Rouge at the time you told her.
You're forgetting one thing.
And what's that?
She sings like I do.
Here's your vodka.
Ask for absinthe?
No difference.
I can describe the woman that you're waiting for.
So can I.
Yes, but I have never seen her. I can describe her face, her clothes, her smell.
Go ahead.
But I need something.
Like what?
Women are my area of expertise, and like the paleontologist, I can reconstruct a creature from a bone. But I need a hint.
How did you get to be such an expert?
Oh, by looking.
Oh, so you're an admirer of the feminine equation?
Yes, I look, but I never touch. That way I glide among the invisible. So I need a hint.
Oh, yes, hint. She has long red hair.
Yes, one of those. So hard to control because she's so damn She runs you, doesn't she? Her skirt will be short, like her speech. She'll sit over there and control the room by crossing her legs. And she's controlling it now. Look at this, talking all about her because she has long red hair.
Sounds like you really know women.
Never met one, really.
Never met one.
Not in my new incarnation as an older man. Women respond differently to men of different ages. I am really old. Just getting used to it, really. My name is Gaston.
My name is Albert Einstein.
You can't be. You just can't be.
Sorry, I'm not myself today. Better?
No. That's not what I need. In order of appearance.
Come again?
Cast, in order of appearance. It says so right here. You're not third, you're fourth. I knew it when you walked in.
And yet you said nothing.
Well, couldn't put my finger on it. But now I can.
I take your point. Toilets!
Behind that.
Thank you.
Sorry I'm late.
You're not late, you're third.
Where were you?
At home, darling.
Doing what?
Sitting in front of a mirror.
Why?
Just looking, seeing what all the fuss is about. Besides, a mirror is like a mind. If you do not use it, it loses the power to reflect.
Well, you should try and be on time, sweetheart.
Oh, don't be so old-fashioned. These are zeros.
And this is the 4th day you're late.
Yeah, are we gonna fight? Freddie, let's not fight. Please, let's be in love. Like yesterday. So that tomorrow I can say, let's be in love. Like yesterday. Always. Always.
All right, always.
I'll be sitting there. I'm to meet someone, a woman. I'm to meet her at 6 o'clock in the bar. Happy now.
This is not the book.
Don't ask.
So Gaston, tell me, did you see any good ones today?
Yesterday, as the shops were closing, I tried to hold her in my memory, but she faded. All I remember now is a white lady house with a whisper of a museum. It was like seeing sweet custard to a veiled meringue.
I hear that Picasso comes here. Is that true?
Sometimes.
Tonight?
Maybe.
Look away! You look away too. You're okay. Okay.
Damn!
What's the matter?
Now I have to consider everything that I'm wearing today to be lucky. Now when I go out, it's not without my lucky coat, not without my lucky hat, not without my lucky shirt.
I'd like some wine.
Any special color?
Red, please.
So, you know Picasso?
Twice.
Is he expecting you?
I think he's expecting me.
Who is this Picasso?
Oh,
He's a painter.
He's a painter, or so he says. I've never seen any of his paintings, just what he says. Nuts about blue, they say.
Oh, yes, he's a painter. I've seen them. He's given me one of his drawings.
And what are they like?
Oh, they're strange, really. Nothing like that, I'll tell you. Nope.
Nothing wrong with this picture right here. I got it at my grandmother's house right after she died. Well, while she was dying. Sheep in the meadow, in the fog. Beautiful.
That's not what I see.
What do you see, Einstein?
Well, I prefer to take it further. Observe how the sheep are painted small, consumed by the weather and the terrain. So, to me, I see the power of the landscape over the small thing. For me, it's the meaning that gives it its value.
Jesus Christ, sheep metaphor, period.
No, there's a problem.
What?
If you're going to judge it only by its meaning, then any bad painting is just as good as any good painting, as long as they have the same meaning.
Women.
I would like a wine. The purpose of the wine is to get me drunk. A bad wine will get me just as drunk as a good wine. I would like a good wine. And since the result is the same, no matter which wine I drink, I would like to drink bad wine twice. Is that where you're headed, Einstein?
I really don't think he's that clever, Gaston.
Do you want to see the drawing he gave me?
I never thought the 20th century would be handed to me so casually, scratched out in pencil on a piece of paper, tools, thousands of years old, waiting to be moved in just this way. I'm lucky. Tonight I'm open to receive it. Any other night and I might have dismissed it as a joke or a cruel remark. Why didn't this happen before by accident? Why didn't Raphael doodle this absent-mindedly?
Okay, so what do you think of the drawing?
What could it matter?
Let me see. Okay, look.
I like it, all right.
I don't get it.
I don't think it looks like me.
There you are. 4 more opinions. I wonder how many opinions the world can hold. 1 billion? 1 trillion? Well, we've just added 4, and look. The drawing stays the same.
Hey, look, what kind of person would I be if I didn't form an opinion? I see the drawing. I think about it, form an opinion. Then, I see someone else and express my opinion. Suddenly, I'm fascinated. Because I'm so fascinating, other people see the drawing, and they form opinions, and they're fascinating too. Soon, whereas before, I was standing in a room full of dumbbells. Now, I'm in a room full of completely fascinating people with opinions.
My name's Suzanne.
Yes, and you are waiting for Picasso?
Yeah. You know him?
I think so. A big fella. Plays the ukulele?
No.
What's his first name?
Pablo.
Oh, different guy.
Okay, Gaston, lay off. So, how did you meet Picasso?
It was 2 weeks ago. I was walking down the street one afternoon and I go to my flat and walk up the stairs and I turned behind me and there he was, framed in the doorway, looking back up at me. And I couldn't see his face because the light was coming in from behind him and he was framed in shadow. And he goes, "I am Picasso." And I go, "Well, so what?" And he says, he isn't sure, but he thinks it might mean something to be Picasso, and that occasionally there is a Picasso, and he just happens to be one. He says that the 20th century has to start somewhere, and why not now? And he goes, "May I approach?" And I go, "Okay." And so he walks up the stairs, and he takes my wrist and turns it over, and scratched with his fingernail on the back of my hand. And in an instant, in red, the image of a dove appeared. And then I thought, why is it that someone who wants me can hang around for months and I want, but I'm not going to sleep with him, and then someone else just comes right along and says the right thing, and I'm on my back not knowing what hit me.
Yeah, why is that?
Huh?
Never mind.
Yeah, see, like, guys are always talking about their things like it's not them.
Oh, what thing?
Oh, their things between their legs.
Louis.
Yeah, see, it's not them, it's someone else. Oh, it's like some rudderless fireworks snaking across town. Oh, yeah, but women have things too. They just work differently. They work from up here. So when the guy comes at me from here, he's practically there already done. So the next thing I know, he's in my apartment. And I go, "What do you want?" And he says, he wanted my hair, he wanted my neck, my knees, my feet. He wanted his eyes on my eyes and his chest on my chest. He wanted the no paper on the table, the paint from the walls in the room. He wanted to consume me until there was nothing left. And he said he wanted deliverance and that I would be his savior. And he was speaking Spanish, which didn't hurt, let me tell you. Well, at that point, the word no became like a Polish village. Unpronounceable. Well, frankly, I held out for seconds, and I didn't really enjoy it that much because it was kind of quick.
Premature ejaculation.
Is there any other kind?
Huh?
Never mind. So the next thing I know, I was half dressed in my apartment, and he goes to pick up a drinking glass, of which I have 2, and he's looking at me from the bottom, and he keeps turning it in his hand like a kaleidoscope. And then he goes, "Even though you're refracted, you're still you." I didn't ask. And then he said he had to be somewhere, and I was like, okay, and he was gone.
Did you see him again?
Oh, yeah. He came back later that night with that drawing he gave me, and we could do it again, this time in French. I enjoyed it this time, if anyone's keeping score. And then he got really distracted, and I was like, "What's the matter?" And he says, sometimes he starts thinking about something and he can't stop. "Wait," he says, "he doesn't think about it, he sees it." I go, "Well, what is it?" And he says, "It can't be named." And I was like, "What?" I said, "Well, what do you mean it can't be named? If you're with someone that says that they're seeing things that can't be named, you either run like hell or you go with it." "Well, I'm going with it, and that's why I'm here tonight, and he told me about this place, and that maybe I would see him here one day, and that was 2 weeks ago."
Sex.
"What?"
Oh, nothing. I'm just thinking out loud.
"Been a while?"
About 8 months. Interesting, really. I saw a cat out in the street, and I bent over to pet it, and it moved just out of my reach. It seemed friendly, but nervous, so I followed it. It was just out of my reach for several blocks. Here, kitty, kitty, here, kitty, kitty. When I realized it had stopped at the feet of a woman, I looked up at her. Her eyes met. She was dazzling. Let's just say she had a nice mortal coil. We made love in her place within the hour.
Well, did you make love to her again?
Oh, no, I didn't.
See, why not? Well, you were with her, you were taken with each other, you men! Why is once enough? Why didn't you have sex with her then?
I would have, but she died about an hour later.
Oh.
We both wanted to do it again, and I told her I needed an hour to rejuvenate. And so I went outside and sat with the cat, and after a while I looked up and they were taking her body out on the stretcher.
Oh, my God.
I can't help but think that I killed her.
So what did Picasso say about my place?
Oh, he said this is where artists come to, I don't know, like talk about their mana.
Festos?
Yep.
Manifestos?
Anybody want some coffee?
That's what I could go for.
Cream or black?
No, a manifesto. Nice, juicy manifesto. It would be nice to have a raison d'etre to go with your morning coffee, wouldn't you say? No? I have to
Did Picasso say he was working on a manifesto?
Oh, no. He said that he didn't need one, and that, you know, if he did need one, he would have depleted it before he finished writing it down. Oh, and another thing. Just before he left, he went over to the window and he bent down to the sill and he grabbed a pigeon. And he held it in one hand and he turned it over and he soothed it and he spoke to it and he felt hypnotized. And then all of a sudden he went up to the window and he held out his hand and dropped the pigeon. And the pigeon just fell down, straight down, 2 stories down like a stone. And just when the pigeon was about to hit the ground, the pigeon turned itself over, started flapping like that, started flying right past us, past the buildings and just away into the night. And then he turned to me and said, "That's like me." Then he was gone. Could I have a refill?
I'll get it. Anybody else wants a refill?
Does anybody know what 62 francs 33 minus 37 francs 17 is?
Why don't you let me do that, Freddie?
25 francs 16.
You sure?
25 16.
Are you positive?
Positive. Absolutely.
So it's just that you came up with it awful quickly.
Look, if you want it to be something different, there's nothing I can do about it.
I'll just work on it tomorrow.
It'll be the same tomorrow.
I have my accountant friend coming by. He can check it. He double checks everything anyway.
You could have a mascot from the Vishnu Numerical Center for the Intellectually Profound come over. And it's still going to be 25 francs 16.
Right?
Okay, Freddie, just take his word for it, okay?
You a professor?
No, I'm not.
What do you do?
By day, I work in the patent office.
What do you do there?
By day, I register notions. That's what they are, really. Notions. Shortcuts. How to get something to do something quicker.
What do you do at night?
At night, the stars come out.
The stars in the sky?
The stars in my head.
And after the stars in your head come out?
I write it down.
So you've been published?
No, not yet.
Well, that's the thing. We're all writers, aren't we? He's a writer who hasn't been published yet. I'm a writer who hasn't written anything.
And you're welcome here. We get a lot of artist types, like painters, poets, writers. What do you write about?
I can't even begin to explain.
Try it. Simplify it. Can you say what your book is about in one sentence?
It's about everything.
Okay, so it's about the relationships between men and women.
Bigger.
So it's about life, from birth to death.
Bigger.
I see, so it's about the warring of nations and the movements of people.
Bigger.
Okay, so it's about Earth and its place in the solar system.
Keep going.
Okay, so it's about the universe and everything contained in it.
Why stop there?
Okay, how long is this book?
About 70 pages.
That's not too bad. Maybe we can put some of our publisher friends in contact with you. Yeah, what's the title?
The Special Theory of Relativity.
Catchy.
I can't wait not to buy it.
Is it funny?
Well,
Because if it's funny, you can really sell a lot of books.
oh, it's very funny.
Oh, it's very
Well,
funny!
that depends on what you mean by funny.
Does it make you laugh?
No. No.
Smile?
Oh, I wish I could say yes.
So it's not funny.
No.
You just said it was funny.
I was trying to sell more
Oh,
books.
could it have illustrations?
Impossible.
Why not? They look good like it has zip.
Illustrations are two-dimensional.
Well, I see what you mean, but with a good draftsman, it can put very realistic three-dimensional drawings.
I need 4.
No, Einstein, you're not listening to me. For your book to have impact, you have to have a lot of people read it, right?
Sure.
Exactly. So in your field, you figure how many people have to read your book to be able to have some impact.
1.
No. Every man on the street has to have one.
No, only 1. Max.
Max?
Max Planck, a German physicist, very influential. If he reads it, he makes my reputation.
Then you're lucky. If your market is one person and you know his name, then you can put a limit on what you're going to spend on advertising. How old are you?
25.
You don't know 25?
I discovered at an early age that I'm the type of person who's always going to look 86.
Hey Einstein, last week I bought 12 bottles of Chablis at 17 francs a bottle, but only 11k. How much oil is that?
Just leave him alone.
187 francs.
See? As long as we got them here, we might as well use them. Alright, so I made a deal with Alphonse for a case of port at 26 francs each. He said if I bought 6 cases, he'd give me a discount. But he didn't know the year of the port. He said if the port arrived and it was newer than 1900, he'd give me a 4% discount, keeping 3% of the bottles before 1900 and 2% of the bottles before 1895. When I got the cases, 2 cases had 9 bottles dated after 1900, 50 bottles dated before 1895. And 1 case had 18% of the bottles dated before 1900, and the rest were evenly split between 1895 and after 1900. The rest of the 3 remaining cases, after 1900, before 1900, before 1895. How the hell much oil was that?
Oh, good grief.
He stumped.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Just kidding, here's your answer. 22.45 francs 73, given that x in parentheses y is the mean price per bottle.
Did you say 23.75 y and parentheses x?
Y and parentheses x. Oh, that's funny!
Does anyone know the date today?
It's the 8th.
And the year?
You don't know the year?
I know the year, it's just sometimes it's easy to mess up when you're writing it down fast. Sometimes I look down the date that I've written and I'm off by 10, and sometimes 15 years. But now that I'm thinking about it, I know it's 1904.
Oh, 4. Oh,
Yeah, it is 04. Whatever, it's just January, right? The year just changed.
October.
Oh, the years aren't important anyway.
That's right, the first decade of the 20th century.
That is what it is, isn't it? The first decade of the 20th century. I'm glad the 19th century is over. It was a bad century.
What's there not to like about a century?
Well, for once, the pollution, the soot, the garbage, the smoke.
Horseshit!
You disagree?
No, I'll just add you to the list.
Skip the horseshit, the noise.
This century will be better.
Well, what do you see for the future?
Let me ask you, what do you see?
I'll answer it. I see air travel becoming popular, with hundreds of people being carried in giant airplanes. I think we'll see images sent through the air, and the receivers will become so popular that mass taste will diminish their potential. The city of Hiroshima will be completely modernized. I think we'll see a brief craze for lawn flamingos, and the cruelty will be perfected. And by the end of the century, smoking in restaurants will be banned. And music by 4 lads from Liverpool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Next.
Well, I think a yo-yo would be a wonderful thing to play with and a terrible thing to be.
Alright, here's mine. Led by Germany, it'll be known as the Century Piece. Clothing will be made of wax. There will be a craze for automobiles, but it will pass. A carton of cigarettes will be one of the most thoughtful get-well gifts. And the Wright brothers will forever be remembered for their manufacture and invention of a low-calorie fudge.
Anyone in tonight?
Not that you're looking for us to go.
I got a Matisse today, who's small but juicy. A little bit skinny. Give me a run. Here, take a look. It says everything you want to know about the Matisse. So I got 8 drawings from him. Got him to throw that in. Okay, the smaller it is, the harder it is to say it, no doubt about it. But that thing has got it all. That thing will hold a wall. Stick it up there.
Wow.
Look at it. Beautiful, no? Still works. Still working. Still holds the wall. Lost it there. But then you see what I mean?
Not really.
Okay. Up to 10 feet away, the bar is working for the Matisse. Then the bar takes over. Ready? Another.
Is it getting windy in here?
What makes it so great?
I'll show you what makes it great. This is what makes it great.
The frame?
The boundary, the edge. Without it, anything goes. No? You want to see a soccer game where the players runs up to the stands with the ball and orders a beer? No, they have to stay within the boundaries to make it interesting. In the right hands, this little space can be as fertile as Eden.
The frame is about the size of my book.
Well, I hope you choose your words carefully. Ideas are like children. You must watch over them or they might go wrong.
I know what he means.
Wait, I told that to Apollinaire. Oh, he squiggled and swirled. You watch, I will make a nice profit on this.
It shouldn't be too difficult, considering you got it for free.
You got it because you loved it. How could you sell it?
What do you do?
I'm a physicist.
Good. Then you must know how naive a question can sound.
Yes.
I'll tell you how it works. When I bought it, I identified it. I identified it as something worth having. I named it a piece of art. And once I've done that, I don't have to own it. It will always be mine. And I guarantee you, Matisse is happy about it too. He wants his work out there, outside of Paris. And I have sold to Russia. I have sold to America. I have sold to dealers in Paris who have sold everywhere. And they like to buy from moi because, frankly, they don't get it. They need me to discern the good ones from the bad ones.
How did you learn to tell the difference?
I wish I knew. But I know that I can look at 2 pictures that no one has ever seen and say, that one is for moi. And that one is for people whose idea of art is something ugly done by a relative. They come to the galleries with bags of money and they say, show me what you've got. Taste is of no object. Ready? Another.
Finally, a customer.
Ready? Take out the book.
Come on.
Oh no! Take out the book, oh! Courbet. Courbet. Courbet.
Wait a minute. This is a book on Courbet.
Ooh, Titian. Raphael. Well, this is a tough one, huh?
Well, you got all the other ones. What makes this one so tough?
Well, he's got his stamp over the name. We art dealers are notorious for a sense of humor.
All right, that's enough.
And who did this drawing?
Oh, what's he here this evening?
Not yet.
Are you waiting for him here?
I don't know.
I can wait. A trifle hasty, huh? Do you want to sell it?
Not for anything.
50 francs.
It is mine forever.
Well, get him to sign it. It will be worth more.
Oh, Sago, you're the expert? Tell us what you see over there.
Oh, that thing, I see a 500-pound lemon.
What?
Look, there are two subjects in paintings no one will ever buy. One is Jesus, the other is sheep. Love him as much as you want. No one wants a painting of Jesus in the living room. Huh? You have a few friends over. Huh? You're having a few drinks. There's Jesus over the sofa. Somehow it doesn't work. And not in the bedroom either, obviously. I mean, you want Jesus watching over you, but not while you're in the missionary position. You can try putting him in the kitchen. Then it's a little disrespectful to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, ham sandwich. Jesus, ham sandwich. No. I wouldn't like it. No. And neither would he. You can't sell a male nude either, unless they are messengers. Why a messenger would want to be nude, I don't know. You'd think they need at least a little pouch or something. In fact, if a nude man showed up at my doorstep and I asked, who is it? And he said, a messenger, I would damn well look and see if he has a pouch, because if he doesn't, I'm not opening the door. Sheep are the same. Don't ask me why. Can't send it.
Here's what I know, kids. A month goes by. One night, the same as here. People come in, people go out. Why do all the nuts come in tonight?
Well, Picasso's definitely coming in tonight.
I hope he comes in tonight.
Yeah, me too. He owes me a bar bill.
I'd like to meet him.
Maybe I can get a painting out of him.
Okay, well, we all seem to have an interest in Picasso, so let's give it a little toast to him.
I'll do it. 2.
I've been thinking about sex all day. I can't get it out of my mind.
Thinking about it for 62 years.
I did 16 drawings today. 2 pencil, the rest in ink. All women. What does that tell you? It tells me a painter has the obligation to stay sexually exhausted. Otherwise, the mind drifts off the easel, out of the window, and across the street to the grocer's door. You were proposing a toast.
Yes, to Picasso.
Hey, to him, huh? I mean, did you talk about anything else while I was away? Did the weather come up?
It was mostly about you.
God, I feel good, huh? How lucky for you to be talking about someone and then they come, huh? Anyway, how do I look, huh? Be honest, huh? Oy, that's spot on. We gotta do something about it. Sabo, why don't you come back tomorrow? I have something to show you. The moment is coming. I can feel it.
This last month's work has been spectacular. I sat in front of the last piece I got from you with some friends. Oh, explained it for 2 hours.
Did they get it?
I don't know, they left after the first hour.
That was peace! Peace, I tell you! This is different already. There is nothing in my way anymore, huh? If I can think it, I can grow it. I used to have an idea. Then a month later, I would draw it. The idea was a month ahead of its execution. Now, the idea is ahead of the pencil by only minutes. One day, they will be simultaneous. You know what that's like, huh? The feeling of clear or diluted vision.
I have a vague idea.
Are you an artist?
I'm a scientist, but sometimes I feel like an artist.
Oh. Well, multiply that feeling by 1,000, and you get what it's like to be me. Oh, it's so cute. I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Oh, we have, yes.
My name is Picasso.
How nice of you.
Look at it, huh?
It's a dove.
Ah,
How much?
50 francs. It's a fair price, huh?
Ah, yes, that's fair.
Well, I guess it's the price of fame, I guess.
How much for the drawing, huh?
Whatever is fair.
Fair?
Very fair. This one is signed.
Simon. I would like another drink.
And I would like a motor car, huh? Can I do that, son? Can I draw my way into a car? Can I draw a camera? You sell it, and suddenly I can have a camera? Can I have anything I want by just drawing it, huh?
Can he?
Not yet.
And don't worry, because I never would, huh?
Anyway, if you need a camera, I've got one.
Good! Wait a minute. You have a camera?
Oh yeah, I have a camera.
How did you get the camera?
I bought it.
Ah, well, I have one question for you. If I can afford a camera, how can you afford a camera? Huh? How much are you selling my paintings for?
Twice what I did for them.
Twice! No! Twice! I'm so depressed!
Actually, that's not so bad. You should hear him making on the drinks.
God, he's so good! I hate him. I hate him. I hate him! Oh, just swing the swinger, please. Someone's thrown it all and ruined it for you, huh? God, it's so new, I can't even look at it. This is no painting. It's out of me. Ah! It's in the heart. Take it away from me, folks. The boy can paint. What's he like?
Well, and he is earnest, talented, obviously. Nice to be around. A little self-deprecating.
Good. That seems to be the problem. You see, Sado, the difference between you and me, you look at this nasty old thing, and you see a picture of some cheese landscape.
He's not the only one.
Right. He's not the only one. Enter me. I see it differently. You see, it's an empty frame with something hideous in it, waiting to be filled with something new, advancing out into the unknown, the undrawn. This new theme must be closed down its cave, wrestled with, and finally pinned up on the wall like a hive. When I look at the Gorlach, it's as though he's reaching his hand to the centuries to tap me on the shoulder. When I paint, I feel as though I reach in my hand forward hundreds of years to touch someone too.
So it's like a real?
I work the same way. I make beautiful things with a pencil.
You? Oh, you're just a scientist. Huh? For me, the shortest distance between 2 points is known as a straight line.
Likewise.
Let's see one of your creations, huh? Danna, Gilfix!
Oh, it's perfect.
Thank you.
I'm talking about mine.
It's a formula.
So is yours.
Yours is letters.
Yours is lines.
My lines mean something.
So do mine.
Mine is beautiful.
Men have swooned on seeing that.
Mine touches the heart.
Mine touches the head.
Mine will change the future.
And mine won't.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, it just came over me.
Where you going?
Well, I have to get my camera. A night like this must be preserved on film. Picasso, do something about that old wine pastoral, will you?
The idea is gone.
Sounds good. I like it.
The idea is gone. The idea is gone.
Hey, Picasso. You're the least funny guy here. Tell me if you get this joke.
Hey, I'm funny.
I've never heard of the joke.
Okay, so tell us all.
All right. So a guy walks into a bakery, right? He tells the baker, "Can you mail me a pie?" Baker says, "Yeah, come tomorrow and I'll have it for you." Man says, "I need the pie in the shape of the letter E." Baker says, "No problem. Come in and I'll have it for you." Man comes back the next day. Baker shows him the pie. Man says, "You idiot. That's a big E. I wanted a small E." small e. Baker says, no problem. Come tomorrow and have it for you. Man comes back again the next day. Baker shows him the pie. Man says, it's perfect. Perfect. The baker says, so where can I send it? The man says to him, you know what? I think I'll eat it right here. Guy's coming out there with that again.
I think it's surreal.
That's probably why I didn't get it. I'm a symbolist.
And a good for nothing, look at that.
You call me a good for nothing symbolist?
What symbolism?
So far, it's a fancy excuse for not doing the dishes.
Well, that's not fair. Your post-romanticism got into a lot of trouble around here.
My romanticism is not post.
Almost certainly is.
It's neo.
Post.
Neo.
Post.
It's neo.
Post.
Neo.
You do? My God, this is not some sleazy dive somewhere.
The reason the joke is funny is because it was a perfect selection of the letter E. It couldn't be A-shaped pie because A is functioning as both article and noun. Who needs it? A B-shaped pie doesn't work because of the confusion of so letter B is the insect. A C-shaped pie doesn't work because he would have never known it was a capital C because C is the same in both uppercase and lowercase pie. I'll come back to D. An F-shaped pie is just plain not funny. An H-shaped pie would have been unstable, two vertical bars supported by a weaker crossing structure. An I-shaped pie is no good because of the dot problem. Do you connect the dot to the pie, in which case it is not an I, or do you leave it separate, which raises the question, is it a dot, or is it a cupcake? A K-shaped pie has Kafka written all over it. An M-shaped pie doesn't work because of the MW dilemma. M to whom? And need I mention sigma? An O-shaped pie doesn't work because the pie is O-shaped, and P-shaped pie doesn't work because the phrase P-shaped pie has this naughty calypso rhythm.
Excuse me. Are you going to go through the entire alphabet? Because I may only have a few good years left.
Of course not. Some of them are so obvious they needn't be mentioned, like Q, for example.
Oh, Q. What's the matter with Q?
Well, a Q is just an O with a comma through it, and a comma-shaped pie is just a croissant.
Thank you.
You said you were coming back to D?
No! I have to have to pee.
You said the joke was funny, but it wasn't funny.
Yes, it was. I laughed.
No, you didn't.
Not now, no. I'll laugh later. An icebox laugh.
Nice laugh.
Yes. You don't laugh now, but an hour later you're at home standing in front of the icebox and you laugh.
I didn't say pie.
He's just getting it now, probably through a process of elimination.
So I might laugh at it later.
Right?
I might owe it a laugh.
Exactly. See, you're laughing at that.
Oh no, I'm laughing at something that happened a year ago. I just remembered that I owed it a laugh.
Or maybe that thing from a year ago wasn't funny and you're really laughing just now at the pie joke.
That's an excellent theory, but there's one problem.
What?
The thing that happened a year ago was the time the cat was walking across the kitchen floor to leap out the cat door, but it was locked! You can't tell me that's not funny.
How about you, my dear? What do you say?
I've had my idea of that joke.
Oh, come on!
You're a cruel woman, Leslie Bastard.
Oh, you're trying to praise me. That's a poor choice of words.
You're ridiculous.
Look, I meant everything I said that night. I just forgot who I said it to. Stranger things will happen in your young life. Believe me, worse things.
I don't look at you.
I lived it too. Now when I see you here tonight, my dear, I'm believing it all over again. I remember a real green bed with a rose-colored spread over it, a dim half moon on the wall, opening candle. On your bedside table there were 3 rings side by side with small turquoise stones one with garnet, and next to him, a pale pink room. Later, I picked it up off the floor. I can't remember your name.
I never told it to you.
Yes, you did.
I never told you.
Yes, you did. Suzanne.
I
I heard inches from your mouth. You said your name to me and spoke words, half whispered, passion obscuring the meaning. Do you remember?
yeah, I remember.
I drew 3 pictures of you from memory.
You did.
But I can do better.
I'll be home later.
What a coincidence, so would I.
I should go now. Okay, bye everybody. Bye now. Okay, so when should I expect you?
When the play's over.
The cat door was locked.
So, who is the third?
What do you mean?
Well, there's always a third in this margin that we have 2 men. Einstein and Picasso. Nearly the same age, who somehow think that they are going to change the century. So let's say that they are. Let's give it to them. 1, 2. There's always a third. A triptych. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. The 3 graces. Musketeers, how many? 3.
So who is this third point in the triangle, so to speak?
Or maybe it's Matisse.
No!
Matisse cannot be the third. If he wants, he can be the 4th. He cannot be the 3rd point in the triangle.
I hate to tell you this, but the idea of a triangle with 4 points will never fly. A triangle with 4 points is what Euclid rides into hell.
Okay, so who's third?
You are lucky tonight you were here at the moment and you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. I will be changing the century. The other bars know it, you may as well too.
And what is your name?
Schmendeman. Charles Davernow Schmendeman.
And how are you going to change the century?
With my invention.
And what is your invention?
A very brittle and inflexible building material.
And what's it made from?
And I'll tell you what it's made from. It's made from equal parts asbestos, kitten paws, and radium. The only downside is that building consideration is only allowed to be used in Los Angeles, San Francisco, and the island of Krakatoa east of Java. But that's still a big market, so everyone have a drink.
On you?
No, just have a drink. And remember my name, Schmendeman. See, there's a distinction between talent and genius. Talent is the ability to say things well, and genius is the ability to, well, say things. Talent can sell you $1 million in a year. Genius can sell you $5,000 a year for 200 years. Can you compute that, or am I moving too fast for you? It takes work to have talent. But genius comes gift wrapped in a blue box from Tiffany's.
Einstein, Picasso, Schmendeman doesn't have a ring.
Which one's Picasso? Oh, I heard of you. Great work. If you like blue. Come to think of it, it's about time for a Spaniard again. It's been a while since the laugh cliff. I'm just needling ya. You would be interested in my process. Just follow the path of least resistance. You're supposed to paint when you feel like dancing, dance! You're supposed to write when you feel like singing, sing! That's what I did. Remember, the shortest distance between 2 points is 1.5 feet. No pun intended.
No pun achieved.
I struggled to be a writer, but my heart told me to invent a very brittle and inflexible building material, which, by the way, is called Schmendamite. And I did. And that's why I know my place in history is secure. Because I followed my heart. Next bar! Schmendamite. I just had another idea. A tall, pointy cap for dunces!
What the hell was that?
I admire his confidence, but nothing else.
Here's the way I look at it. We're not going to so much change the century as bend it. Let's say Picasso here is a genius. The century is just flying along through space and it whizzes by Picasso here and it flings itself off in a new direction like a comet veering left at the sun. The century He's just zigzagging along, bending and curving, influenced by the powerful gravity of people like Picasso here. But the century itself, because we're in it, appears to be heading straight.
How can something be curved and appear to be straight? Come on, buddy.
Oh, gee, I never thought of that. Oh, I guess you're right. How about the horizon, you nitwit? I had to say something, right? It's being kind of mean.
Are you trying to get my goat?
No, I'm just trying to explain something. You'll be happy to learn that not only is the horizon something over there, the horizon. Something that is curved but appears to be straight, but so is space in general.
Bullshit.
Well, it just so happens that it is.
It's not.
It's too.
It's not.
It's too.
It's not.
Neo!
Post.
Neo!
Post. That is not a formula.
It's so.
It's not.
It's so.
Neo. Post. Neo. Post.
Hold it! Not only is space curved, but light has mass, and it bends when it passes around large masses like the sun at a finite speed, regardless of the motion of its source. Oh my God. I can't believe I just blurted out the ending of my book. What I said here is my business. I hope it won't leave this room.
I'm glad you stopped me. I was just going to the phone.
Do you want to hear a woman's opinion?
There is no woman's opinion. This is science.
Are you saying women can't be scientists?
No, I'm saying there are no gender-related opinions on this matter. Madame Curie didn't say, oh, I think I've just discovered radium. I better check this a man. No man's opinion, no woman's opinion. It's sexless.
And over.
What I just said is the absolute, fundamental, final, not subject to opinion, absolute truth, depending on where you're standing.
Are you through?
I am.
So much thinking.
Oh, you should try it sometime.
How do you draw something? It seems impossible.
It's all in a race.
Oh, and I maintain that your wrist starts here.
I had an idea once.
Yeah, what century?
2 years ago, I had to pick my shutters. I had to figure out their color. I gave it a lot of thought. And should it be a light color or a dark color? For a while, forest blue seemed nice. But then I realized there's no such color as forest blue. I flipped a coin, but it landed on the roof. I started to think, what are shutters anyway, and what is their natural color? But then I realized, shutters don't occur in nature, so they have no natural color. I started to think, maybe do away with the shutters and just no shutters. And then I said to myself, maybe move to a land where there are no shutters. And then frankly, suicide. But then there was a sale on green paint, and that was it.
My process is just like this. But leave out the start, the middle part, and jump to the end. If I had to ask myself what color I wanted, it would just slow me down.
I know what he means.
Well, I see painters struggling with that, killing themselves over it. And I don't get their worry. I put the pencil to the paper, and it comes out. Not the craft, mind you, that was difficult to get. But the ideas are a different matter. The ideas swoop down on me. They fall like rain. They land with a crash.
They thump too.
Absolutely, they thump.
You too?
Yes, and pop.
Well, pop all the time, that goes without saying, but they never seem to flow.
Never flow. Well, sometimes.
Okay, so where do they come from? These ideas.
Before me, I used to get these ideas from the past. But, as of this moment, they are coming from the future. Fast and loose.
Absolutely from the future.
Imagine, I think, in the moment of pencil to paper, the future is mapped out in the face of the person drawing. Imagine, the pencil is pushed hard enough, and the leg goes through the paper into another dimension.
Yes.
A kind of fourth dimension, if that's what you want to call it.
I can't believe you're saying there's a fourth dimension.
And that fourth dimension is the future!
Wrong.
No! The picture bumps into the future, sucks up ideas, and transfers them to the paper, for Christ's sake. What the hell do you know about it anyway, huh? You're just scientists. You just want theories.
Yes, and like my theories must be beautiful. You know why the sun doesn't revolve around the earth? It's because the idea isn't beautiful enough. If you wanted to prove that the sun revolves around the earth, in order to make the idea fit the facts, you'd have to have the planets moving backwards and the sun doing loop-de-loops. It's too ugly. Way ugly.
So you're saying we bring a beautiful idea into being?
Yes, we create a system and see if the facts can fit it.
So you're not just describing the world as it is.
We're creating a new way of looking at the world.
So you're saying you dream the impossible and put it into effect.
Exactly.
Brother!
Oh, please. Yeah, you two are spouting a lot of bullshit. And I say the only reason you got into physics and art in the first place was to meet girls.
What? You actually think I said to myself, oh, I want to meet a lot of girls. I know what I'll do. I'll develop a unified field.
No, I'm not saying you're not sincere. I'm just saying, let's face the facts. You've got some splashy party talk, and you got the perfect and oldest pickup line. I would like to draw you.
Oh, that's outrageous!
No, maybe it's unconscious. I'm just saying that way back you must have realized you're not the handsomest thing around and decided to go a different route.
I'm disgusted. Countess! Did you go to the ballroom?
Of course not. That's where you said it would be.
Oh, how stupid of me. Of course you'd end up here.
And what was it? The thing we were saying that it's impossible to distinguish motion that's produced by an outside gravitational force?
God, she's sexy. It's impossible to distinguish, two bodies unified and free. Those aren't free?
Oh. Okay.
Okay, alright. So we may never meet again. Like the roots of a sequoia driving deep within the earth. The ideas that we have shared here will lace themselves irrevocably through the century.
This is the night the earth fell quiet and listened to a conversation.
Oh, upon the shield.
Picasso, Einstein, My only regret is that we will be in different volumes of the encyclopedia.
But there will be no schmendament to come between us.
I envy him.
Yeah, why's that?
Science has no reason to ever be cynical.
Why would an artist be cynical?
I think it's called marketing.
I gotta run next door and catch Antoine before he skips time without paying his bar tab. It may take a longer amount of time than it would normally take someone to run next door and catch Antoine before he skips time without paying his bar tab, but in theater, it's okay.
Gaston, don't you have to pee?
No, not at all. Oh, there it is. What are you putting in these drinks? Liquid?
Tasty, huh? Quite tasty.
What was that, dessert?
What do you mean?
I mean, how many meals have you had today?
Oh, I mean nasty, huh? We're not so different.
Oh. We slept together, but there is a difference. Well, for me, you're the thing that never happened. You and Freddie are completely separate universes. What I do in one has nothing to do with the other.
How convenient.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not being nasty. I like you. I know about men like you.
Men like me? Where are there men like me?
Let's have a drink. You don't want me to go on.
No. Tell me about men like me.
A steady woman is important to you, because then you know for sure you'll have somebody to go back home to in case you can't find somebody else. You notice every woman, right? No. I mean every single woman, waitresses, wives, weavers, ushers, actresses, laundresses. You notice them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and when you see a woman passing by, you think, I wonder what she would be like. You could be bouncing your baby on your knee, and if a woman passes by, you wonder what she would be like.
Go on.
Okay, well, you have two in one night when the lies work out, and you feel it's your right? The rules don't apply to you. No, because the rules were made up by women, and they have to be if there's going to be in society at all. You cancel one when somebody better comes along, and they find you funny, bohemian, irresistible, and you like them young because then you can bamboozle them, and they think you're great. You want them when you want them, and never when they want you. And when afterwards you can't wait to leave. And if you're unlucky enough to have her at your place and you can't wait for her to leave, because the truth is, we don't exist afterwards. And we're all... conversation becomes meaningless because it's not going to get you anywhere because they already got you there. You're unreachable. Your whole act is a camouflage. But you're lucky because you have a true talent that you're too wise to abuse, and because of that you will always be desirable. So when you wear out one woman, there will always be another one who wants to taste it and who wants to be next to somebody like you. So you never have to earn a woman, and you never appreciate one.
But I appreciate women. I draw them, don't I?
That's just because we're so goddamn beautiful.
Jamal, men want and women are wanted. It's the way it is and the way it always will be.
That might be true. Or might be greedy, huh? Oh, by the way, I knew you were using me. I was just using you back.
How?
Well, now I know what a painter is like. Tomorrow, perhaps, a street paper or a news agent. Or a book seller. A street paper might not have anything to say to a girl like me, but I can create my romantic scenarios in my head and bring them down like a screen in front of me to project my fantasies into. Like you project your fantasies into a piece of paper.
How does Freddie fit in? Why are you with him?
Well, because occasionally he will say something so profound that I'm just glad to have been there. But really, what would I get for a country boy?
Well, I caught that son of a bitch just in time.
Not quite.
I heard that he comes here. Is it true? Is it really true? You. Oh my God. May I approach? May I really? Okay. What is it like? I mean, like, what is it really like? Wait a minute. You're not Benjamin.
Another typical man.
I learned something here tonight.
What's that, Gaston?
But Jesus, put them in a room together and chew with this.
Boy, you really know how to turn a phrase.
What I mean is, these two guys are smart. That must be what it takes to be geniuses. Brains. An incredible amount of brains. Don't tell me you're a genius too.
Shucks no.
Something to drink?
Sorry, ma'am, don't drink. Do you have tomato juice? I'm just a country boy.
Tomato juice. You want anything in that?
Like what?
I don't know, like vodka?
You're kidding. Oh, by the way, watch the shoes.
So, what brings you here?
Well, kind of like surprising people. You know, popping up when you're least expected. So I figured I'd do a little time traveling, try another time zone.
Put some vodka in it.
You seem like some pretty nice folks.
Are you kidding? This is Paris.
What do you mean, pretty nice folks?
Well, you know, friendly, good-natured, accepting of strangers.
Why should I change now?
Where I come from, that's what people are like.
Well, where are you from?
Memphis.
Memphis, Egypt?
No, sir, Memphis is in America.
I don't trust a country where they don't eat frogs.
And apparently the cat door was locked. Oh my God, we ended up right where we started.
Oh wow, not only is space curved, but so is Paris!
Over there. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, yes, we will.
You and I think alike.
Wash the shoes.
What do you do?
Well, I guess, sing songs about love.
If only I could sing songs about love.
If I could sing songs about love, I would remember lovers past and feel the lyrics with sunlight.
Or if I could sing songs about love, no paints or brushes. There's the moonlight, the July, and you.
On summer evenings, I would stand along the sand and sing.
People crowding in the smoky cabaret to hear the song stylings of Albert Einstein. Appearing nightly as a Kentuckyman.
See what I mean about you being some pretty nice folks? Just 6 little cuddly pussycats.
Ah, good, you're all still here. What's the camera? Oh, we is the latest.
Oh, they're making them so small.
Okay, everyone, group together over there.
I want to order 3 1x2s and a dagger or five.
Squeeze together, everybody in a row.
I hate having my picture taken.
You get in there too, huh?
Don't mind if I do. Oh, well, oh, well, oh, well.
Who are you, by the way?
I guess you could say I'm a messenger.
On this day in 1904, the Lapin Agile was the site of this historic photo.
Did somebody say historic photo? Can you still see the others?
Go again. Okay, everybody smile. Not everybody's smiling, huh? Okay, let's do like this. We think of a word that makes the face go naturally into a smile, and then we all say it at the same time. Okay, what's the word? Matisse.
Good.
Wait, and everybody say Matisse. That's why you're not smiling.
What I just done? When are you going to say Matisse?
How about Rubens?
Oh, please. We're supposed to smile or laugh.
Michelangelo Buonarroti.
We don't have time to say Michelangelo, Carolo.
Greco. We can say it Greco.
No, Greco doesn't make a reference time. It makes it go down to an O, all but a fish.
How about cheese?
Cheese is good.
Chuck another one up for me?
Okay, everybody say cheese.
Cheese.
It's a festival.
Well, bless my soul. What's wrong with me? Woo, that's some strong stuff. Boy, oh boy, what a weird paint.
Weird? It's just she.
She looks like 5 women to me. You put me on, you see she?
I see sheep. She sees sheep. Everybody here sees sheep except for you.
Well, mercy. Looks like 5 weird women to me. Where did you see her from? From the future. Why are you here? She sent me with a message. Who is she? She is the one who whispers into your ear every time you touch the pencil to the paper.
And what is the message?
Are you open to receive it?
Yes.
You better stand back.
I've been dreaming forever. I want to be ready for it. To be ready at the moment of convergence between the thing done and the doing of it. Between the thing to be made and its maker. At this moment, I'm speaking for everyone. I'm dreaming for the billions yet to come. I'm taking the part of us that cannot be understood by God and letting it bleed from the wrist onto the canvas. It can only be done because I felt these things. I love, I lost, my greed, my happiness. So this is what it's like.
What?
To be there at the moment.
What moment?
The moment I leave blue behind.
I'd like some wine!
Any special color?
Rosé! My name is Picasso. Are you an artist?
I had my moment.
Ooh, what kind of moment?
I had my moment of perfection.
Oh, I know the feeling. I just had mine over there.
It's a good feeling.
Yes, it is.
Well, I'm not sure many people have it.
No, they don't.
It's hard to know when it's happening until it's over.
No, don't tell anyone that. Better let them believe that you always knew, huh?
Yes, sir.
And then don't let anybody know the fact that we can't help it, huh? We're like a chicken that crossed the road. We do it and we don't know why.
Yes, sir.
And remember, in a sense, we are both exalted because we are originals.
That's a pretty bold statement there, Mr. Picasso, considering we both took ideas from the art of the Negro. Whoa.
Did you see that?
The roof is gone.
The stars have come out.
Millions and millions of stars.
You're way low.
It's night. I didn't know it's night. You know, the time traveling thing, I arrive, I don't know if it's lunch or dinner or what. Put on 18 pounds, we're going to take it off and I'll go back.
I want to get a new suit. When I present my paper, I'd like to be wearing a new suit.
I wonder what I'll be wearing when I paint it.
I'd like something white with a big belt. Whoa.
A shooting star. They hit the atmosphere and they burn white.
I like to leave a long trail, a long string of fire.
From horizon to horizon.
Whoosh, so bright that when you look away, you can still see it against your eyes.
I'd like that. A retention of vision.
I would like that too. Into my 80s, a retention of vision.
I'd like that too, although I don't know what y'all talking about.
I hope I don't die young.
Me too.
Are you dead?
Yeah, pretty much.
How is it?
I'd give it a 3.
I want to have the time to make enough things.
I want to make Newton's apple leap back up into the tree.
I want to come out through the radio and break their heart.
I want them to see 1,000 years of tenderness. The woman combing her hair.
I want an idea to take them at light speed to the edge of the universe.
I want them not to be lonesome tonight.
Hey, I want to propose a toast.
You got one?
A good one.
Sure.
Just
I'd like to propose a toast to the 20th century, huh?
Why the 20th century?
Heck, I know why. Because this century, the ideas of the artists and the scientists outshone the ideas of the politicians and the governors.
We shall see.
You can take that to the bank.
I know what he means.
You always know what everybody means, Freddie. What does he mean exactly?
Simple. He means in the 20th century, no political movement would be more glorious than the movement of the line across the paper, the note across the staff, or the idea across the mind.
You see what I mean?
I just do what I can. I'll start the toast. Y'all are pretty good rhymers. The pendulum swings to the left.
The pendulum swings to the right.
The past is driven by horses.
the future is driven by life.
Yeah.
Coconuts.
The mistakes of the past are over.
The order waits to be met.
The pelican is a
Say goodbye to the age of indifference.
And say hello to the age of regret.
To the 20th century! To the 20th century! To the 20th century!
Isn't it amazing how the play fit exactly in between the time the lights went on, the lights went down,